Hi guys.
Hola.
Welcome to Sippin and Spillin with Sid and Mike from 3 Mississippi.
She said.
He's Mike.
In case you're wondering.
I don't think anybody's wondering. I think they've got it dialed in.
What are we talking about today?
Well, I feel like I've been in the car all day.
You've been in the car a lot of the day.
I was in the car a lot today because I had to take Mr. Bunko, our outside cat that I won a couple weeks ago during a game of Bunko, hence the name. I do somewhat...
They saw you coming. They were like, we got to get rid of this cat.
I do somewhat...
I know. Let's have a game of Bunko. The loser takes the cat.
Yeah, basically, right? I do somewhat regret not naming him Andrew Dice Cat but Mr. Bunko it is. So anyway.
I don't understand the Andrew Dice Cat reference.
Because Bunko is a dice game.
Okay.
Andrew Dice Cat.
Okay.
Instead of Andrew Dice Clay.
Okay.
Anyway. So anyway, I took him to get the old snippety snoo today. And so it's like a 30-minute drive there, and then I dropped him off, and then I came back.
Your ideas are craps.
Huh? That was like very delayed and bad. Like that was 10 minutes later.
I was like, dice games.
Yeah.
Yahtzee. I'm not pulling out a Yahtzee. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
Derailed you though, didn't I?
Clever repartee is not your strong suit.
All right.
Anywho. So anyway, so I schlepped the cat over there, dropped the cat off, and...
Bunko. The cat has a name.
Bunko, drop him off. And so then I came home and I cleaned the house and I was doing stuff. And then it was time to go back and get him. And I went up to the Walmart up there in West Point and did that whole deal, and then went to go get him because that's where the vet was. And he figured out, even in his like semi-drunk, drugged up state that he was in, while I was driving, he managed to open his cat carrier twice. The first time I thought, oh man, it must not have been zipped all the way when the vet gave it to me, because it's the kind that zips up on the sides and then there's two little latches on top. And
why didn't you take him in his carrier?
Because that one was smaller. It's just easier to put on the front seat. It's just because he's, it's just easier.
When you said he got out of the carrier, I'm thinking, he grew an opposable thumb under anesthesia? Or
yeah,
what?
So, but like, no, he figured out, and I've had
it was
many...
the little cheap throwaway one.
Well,
that the vet gave
I've had... No. The vet did not give me that. It's the one that I've had for years that I have schlepped every cat I've ever had in.
I don't even know what that means.
When you schlep something, you take it from point A to point B. You schlepped it there. You dragged it there. You
transported.
Yeah, but it's like you schlepped it. You've heard me say schlep like a gazillion times. Yes, I heard the turkeys. There's turkeys over there. There's always turkeys over there. Right. The turkeys live over there. Okay. Anyway, so he managed to like get his little paw and then his little nose in and like push the zipper down, and then he stuck his little, I swear, opposable thumb up there and flipped the latch.
He didn't do that.
He flipped the latch with his little thing. Like it was like something out of Tweety Bird and Sylvester, because he just went like and opened it and he birthed himself out of the cat carrier. Like full 10 centimeters, comes springing out at me while I'm driving, nowhere to pull over on the highway. So I had to wait a little while before I could like pull over in somebody's front yard, basically, and like shove him back in the cat carrier, zip him back up. And meanwhile, while I'm driving, he's like going in the steering wheel and up onto the thing. And
she makes everything so dramatic.
It's not, it's true. I mean, these are the adventures that I have. So anyway, so then I pull over, I shove him back in, I make sure it's zipped all the way and latched, because I thought, well, maybe when the vet gave it to me, they didn't zip it all the way and it wasn't latched. I didn't double check it when they handed me back my cat in my carrier, right? I just assumed they knew what they were doing. No, then as I'm driving, I see this little guy like pulling out his lock set and like jimmying it open again and coming and he's sitting in the center console. He's in my lap. He's looking out the window. He's trying to drive the truck. It was very, very Phil of him from Groundhog's Day. I'm just saying. So anyway, so we had a little adventure on the way home, but he was very happy to get home and eat and drink, and he's doing well. So just got to keep him penned up a little bit longer while he's, heals up and gets the drugs out of his system, and then he'll be able to run free and do what he wants. But, so that was my day, and I just felt like I was in the car a lot. And then I had to haul butt back to go get the kiddo because she had FFA today, and then we came home. That was my day. Was that exciting for you to hear?
That was interesting.
No, that was my day.
So today is Friday, and tomorrow is Saturday. 1 week from tomorrow is when youth rifle season opens in Northeast Mississippi. And so Frankie is taking her hunter safety course this weekend. And the goal is
it's
now.
It's online, so she's just doing it on her computer, yeah.
I mean, she's already passed with me. Like
the rifle safety
my version of a rifle safety course, okay, of the rifle safety course.
I have to say, I am very impressed with how well she's done with all of the guns that she's shot, handled. Like, she takes it very seriously. She's a dang good shot.
She's a good shot.
She really is.
She's a good shot.
Like
when she was shooting the other day, and in fact that video is posted on Patreon. Probably tonight. I'm probably gonna post it tonight. But she was shooting the other day, and Sid was filming. She's shooting a 243, and she's on it. Oh, the safety's on. She didn't flinch. She was not anticipating that shot at all. Her trigger finger is perfect. She was shooting Will's 243, actually his wife's 243.
Yeah.
And the first shot was like 4 inches to the left and a little high. We were only out at about 50 yards. We just wanted to see if she was going to get on paper. And I was like, nah, that rifle's got to be off. Frankie didn't miss by that far at 50 yards because she's drilling with a rimfire at 50 yards. So I said, go throw another one down there, Frankie. So she threw another one down there, and it was half an inch from her first shot. I was like, all right, the rifle's off. And Will was like, let me see that. So he throws one in, sends it down range, literally splits her two.
Yeah.
So she was shooting straight. She's good. We're gonna push that box out to 100 yards this weekend, and test her shooting at 100 yards with a few rounds. We may have to adjust his wife's scope a little. So be it.
She hasn't shot that thing probably since the week after.
It's probably only ever been bore sighted.
Well, she shot it. I know that she took it shooting like once.
But we'll zero it at 100. It's probably close-ish. I don't know. We were definitely a little too close, but that wouldn't have adjusted for the for being off to the left. But anyway, we'll zero it at 100. Get a couple of rounds down there, and then I ordered some targets tonight that are just deer photographs with no targets or anything on them.
So she's got to figure it out.
Yeah, so we're going to set up some photographs out at 100 yards, and she's going to figure out her shot placement.
You should make her have to find them. You should, hide them in the trees and stuff.
No.
Isn't that how you have to hunt the deer, though? Up against the tree line?
We're not doing that kind of hunting on, her first trip. We're not going brush hunting.
You're just going to sit by the food plot and wait?
Exactly.
Gotcha. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, her first deer is going to be... I don't want to risk her
wounding
it, and us not finding it or and just shattering her own, self-confidence. So I want her to become very self-confident over the next week. And part of what will lead to that,
she's excited.
Putting those photograph targets up and having her figure out her own shot placement and send it. And we'll send 3 of them, and then we'll go look at the targets, and I'll tell her whether or not she killed that animal. Yeah. And she will.
And we'll film that. That's going to have to go on Rumble and Patreon. We'll not be able to go on YouTube.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I got to show you guys. I don't know where my glasses are. I've got to show you guys this.
Nobody wants to see those pictures. Don't swipe left.
This is some serious spilling right here. Okay, hold on. Let me get up here and put this behind the camera.
It just got 10 degrees colder when you got up over here by me. He's trying to get it ready. He captured something on his phone.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, y'all can see that. Okay, here we go.
And here we go. Oh, but that's not it. Wait for it. What's following him? Oh, what's that? That was yesterday. Right there at that feeder.
So,
how exciting is that? That was two nice bucks.
Good looking.
The second one was real nice. I mean, those are like, that was a 3.5-year-old right there. That was a good, solid buck. And I am not going to kill a deer until Frankie gets her first deer. Now, she doesn't have to shoot a buck. She can shoot a doe, no problem. It's meat in the freezer.
I think she wants a buck.
I'm not trying to teach her to trophy hunt.
Fever.
And in fact, I won't allow her to shoot a young buck that's too young.
Yeah, but when she saw those.
But if one of those bad boys steps out into the field of does,
yeah,
absolutely. And you know what? I'll spend the money,
get it mounted,
and put that thing on the wall.
Yeah.
If her first deer is one of those two that I got off the cameras this morning down there where we're gonna be hunting, man, if her first deer is one of those bucks, yeah, Daddy will spend the money to hang that thing on the wall, 100%. But you know, we're not buck hunting, we're meat hunting. So. You know,
well, that would be like a twofer then if you.
If we don't get one of those, we don't get one of those.
Well, I thought you said you were going to do a head mount either way because it was her first deer.
We can have a conversation about that. I mean, do we want to spend the money to head mount a doe if it just because it's her first deer?
If it's a nice looking doe, maybe.
I mean, they all look the same.
Well, no, they don't all look the same.
What we could do,
very dearest.
We can have a conversation about it. I mean, we could do like a.
I have no idea how much it costs, so there's.
It's not cheap.
Well, I know it's not cheap, but I don't know.
It's a couple deer rifles.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Yeah, it's not $100.
All right. Well, I knew it wasn't $100, but I didn't know it was like thousands of dollars.
I honestly don't know how much it would cost down here where we are right now, but I'll bet you it's between $600 and $800.
Well, here's the thing, though.
And I would definitely spend that if she got.
Well, here's the thing.
A nice buck.
This year is her 13th birthday. It's a big birthday.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with like saying, "Hey, do you want us to mount this? Like, you got a big birthday coming up. This will be your big present."
I'll give her an option. If she got a doe, do you want to mount this doe,
or do you want to wait,
or do you want me to spend the same amount of money on a deer rifle for you?
Oh, she'd be so torn.
Gotta learn to make decisions.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That's a nice deer rifle. That dollar range. That's including everything.
Jen
that's including the glass.
Jen
that's
will be like,
including
you just hold it for
the
me.
sling. That's including.
Yeah.
That's an operating unit.
Yeah.
But I would do that. I'd give her that option.
Yeah.
But I don't
Jen
think I would mount it though. No, she would never sell that gun.
Jen would sell that gun.
No. No.
No, for a fact.
I would not let her sell that gun to me.
Why? She'd sell it.
It was a wedding present from her husband.
Yes, but she doesn't care.
Wow.
She doesn't care about the gun. It would be like, honey, it would be like if I got you a flamingo figurine as a wedding present, and you'd be like, "Thanks, babe. That's really more your thing." That's,
well,
you know.
That gun is definitely a top shelf contender for Frankie. It's it's a youth model 243, so it's shorter and it gets her in the pocket and at the eye relief that she needs. I
forgot to show you guys.
I would like to adjust
Mississippi koozies.
I'd like to adjust the eye relief on that a little bit for her. I see her sucking into it a little more, but it's somebody else's gun. I'm not going to move the scope. But I think that gun is really dialed in pretty close. Now, I'd like to go ahead and find a Savage dealer around here and see, put a Savage in her hands and see how that feels.
Like Randy Savage, like snap into a Slim Jim, or a different Savage?
Totally different Savage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, the Mossberg, obviously the Remingtons, all the 700 series. There's a lot of good options out there. So I think it'd be fun for her to like go to the gun store, like a big gun store, and just
Pick
hold
one
a bunch
out.
of them.
Yeah.
Just hold a bunch of them
Yeah.
and see how they feel.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess.
So anyway, that's what's That's what's going on exciting in my world.
Well, no, you forgot another big exciting thing.
Did I?
Yes, you're about to get Kenny back.
Oh yeah. See, I'm so excited about Frankie going deer hunting that I totally forgot about my tractor.
Coming home.
Yeah, I have really good news about
this
Kenny.
was actually exciting.
The so Chickasaw equipment rather, where I bought the tractor from, they're really good people. It's a family-owned business. The family is from right here. In fact, part of the family is our neighbors, and we go to church with them, and
Right. We're
we get along with them really well. They're super honest people and just good people, and so that was why I bought the tractor from them. People were asking, why didn't you go somewhere else? Why didn't you go shop around? Why didn't you go get a John Deere? Why didn't you? It's a lot of why didn't yous. I did what I did. So
there you go. And you don't have to explain it. We picked the tractor we picked.
Right.
We like the people, and we rather spend our money with people that we like and trust.
Right.
So
family-owned business, 100%. That's where I'm going to spend my money, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so they've had the tractor now back to work on it for several days, and he mentioned to me actually on Sunday. I think it was right after church, or it might have been at lunch. He was like, "Hey, by the way, Kubota wants to replace the whole like front end section where the loader arms, the quick attach on loader arms, and it's on back order." And he said, "But we don't have to do that. I mean, maybe we can fix it in house." And I shared with him, what my thoughts were. Actually, just cutting that bar out. And I was like, yeah, my buddy Will, who has done a lot of welding on equipment and reinforcing and repairing of equipment, he said if it was him, he'd cut that bar out. He'd put a little bit bigger bar in, weld that in, get everything lined up, and repaint it. And, in repairing it, also reinforce it. So I didn't think about it. I'm busy at work. I'm doing my thing. And then yesterday, at the end of the day, I was like, oh, I should call Chickasaw and see what the status is on that tractor. I looked down at my clock and it was like 5:30, so it's too late to call him. So I fired off an email, and I said, hey, I'm just curious what if you've heard any kind of ETA on
Kenny,
on the part that you need to repair the tractor. So he emailed me back this morning with a picture of it repaired. And he said, yeah, we decided not to wait on them to send that part. We cut that bar out, replaced it with a larger, stronger bar, welded it. It was already repainted. It's already done, ready to go. And he said, yeah, and we're actually installing the third function valve and equipment today. And we can probably deliver it back to you tomorrow. So I was stoked. I mean, I was like, that is awesome. So not only did they repair it, they reinforced it along with the repair, and it's already done. Yeah. So I'm stoked.
And you're getting your...
And I went ahead. Well, the reason I wanted the third function, for those of y'all who don't know what a third function is, these types of tractors have two functions, essentially. Up and down is one function, okay? Up and down is a single function.
Right, okay.
Okay, and then you notice how you can articulate or you can move your bucket up and down like this.
And then,
that's a second function.
The third function is when it goes like
so this. If you want to have a third function to be able to do something else, then you need additional hydraulics and additional hydraulic lines and additional controls for hydraulics, right? So when they install this third function, they add some hydraulics, which is where the grapple would attach. It'll attach on the quick connect, but then the grapple has hydraulics on it, okay? Well, then you have to connect hoses
like a pincher bug
to that. So now you have your first function, bucket, or your arms go up and down. Your second function, bucket, or in this case, grapple, goes up and down like this. And then your now third function is grapple also goes like this.
Yeah.
So they had to install all that
and then you
hydraulic
put your right
equipment.
arm in, take
Right.
your right arm out.
And then on the lever, which is used for moving your loader arms up and down or your bucket in and out like that, now there's also going to be a pair of buttons to the side there that are for closing and opening your grapple.
Like the claw.
So anyway, the whole reason I was having that third function installed, I ordered it when I ordered the tractor. They didn't have it in stock.
And they didn't have the grapple either.
And they didn't have the grapple
Yeah.
either. So now when he returns it, because I sent it in with nothing on the front. So when it comes back tomorrow, it's going to have the grapple on it. So I'm excited.
And then we're going to practice.
Not breaking the tractor?
Yeah.
Or practice not breaking the
What
tractor.
are those quick change things that people were talking about that make it easier to change the...
That's on the back.
Oh, they don't make it on the front.
It's already got one built onto the front.
But you have issues with that.
The front?
That's the one you broke.
Oh, I know, but I don't have issues. I just straight made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah. No, the front's really easy to connect.
Can we keep the tractor longer than like 48 hours this time?
We'll try. That's the goal. Yeah.
We'll attempt it. No promises.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I still have a couple of those logs to move, and I'm actually excited about.
And you have to move the forks that are still sitting in the pasture.
Yeah, honestly.
They don't belong there.
Right. But now I can use the grapple to pick the forks up and take them home.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to do.
No, I'll just spin them around. They're up against the fence, so I'll just spin them around,
And
come
then
at it
drive
from
up
the other
to it.
side,
Yeah.
connect to them.
Yeah. Because would that be too heavy to try to pick up with the grapple, I feel like? No?
No.
What's the weight limit on the grapple-y thing?
We're gonna find out.
Michael, this is not fill me with confidence when you say...
It's fine.
No, it's really not.
It's
like,
fine.
But it's not. Like,
There's a
so-
guy on YouTube, GW something or another, in Canada, has the exact same tractor.
And he broke it too?
No.
Oh.
He's really good at operating it.
Oh.
I've watched a lot of his videos since I broke it.
Apparently you need to watch a few more.
He's got the exact same tractor, except for he's got the full cab on it,
Mhm.
and because he's in like Canada, where it gets really cold. But anyway, he's got a grapple on his, and he's picking up rocks like this big. So,
Okay.
ever how big a rock this big is,
That's big.
you can pick that up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I mean, here's the thing. If I start to pick something up with a grapple, and either the hydraulics just stop, because they won't lift it, or the back of the tractor tries to go like this, then it's too heavy and I start over.
I feel like that's not how that is supposed to go. Like there's an estimation ahead of when your tractor
What are you
flips
going to do?
over.
You're going to run out and weigh a tree?
No.
Hey, can I pick this
I'm
tree
just
up
saying,
with
like,
my grapple?
but you could
I don't
say
know. Go get the
roughly-
scale. Let's weigh it.
But you could say roughly a tree weighs this much, and roughly
Roughly-
my tractor will carry this much.
Roughly a 12-inch diameter pine tree. Okay. Is it dead pine? Is it live pine? How long has it been dead? Has it been laying
You're
in the
exhausted.
edge of the pond? Has
Listen.
it been laying out in the sun?
I just want it to go on record that you're the reason we can't have nice things.
I think it should go on record that I am a very analytical person who can handle this. I got this.
Famous last words, guys. On that note, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. If you haven't popped over to 3 Mississippi today to see today's video where I may or may not end up in a tree, make sure you go do that. We will see you guys all back here on Sippin Spillin on Monday. Have a blessed weekend. Bye.
See you later.